Hi everyone, and welcome to another year of PANtastic Ladies Collabs, Pan That Palette. This year, well, let's start at the beginning. The original idea was to do a Pan That Palette with the hashtag size matters. The idea was to use a very big palette and use that one up. And many of us had gotten around to picking out a palette, to being super thrilled and excited about it. And there aren't too many rules, honestly, with the PANtastic Ladies Collabs. It's be nice to each other, support each other, and there's a starting date, and we respect that starting date because you have somebody who came up with the idea for that project PN. And it is only fair to everybody else to start at the same time. So what happened with hashtag size matters was somebody started this early, and word got out that this was what we were planning, and for obvious reasons people got upset. It wasn't very nice. It's we all understand that there's this excitement about a new project pan and you just want to shout it out and go for it and work on it. But at the same time, it's also, you have somebody who comes up with the idea for a theme, for a good project pan that will be fun, that will pull people in, that will give you a new take on project panning. And starting early just takes away some of the joy because it's no longer a group effort. So what happened was, in the end, size matters got scraped, and instead we are doing pan as old as time. For this, we were all going to pick our oldest eyeshadow palette in our collection. Now let me say, for some of us that was a little well, difficult, because we have bigger collections and our products may have been around for a little longer. I am one of those. So I knew from the get-go that going into this with my oldest palette would be a challenge. I knew it would be a challenge, and I knew that using it up completely probably was not going to happen. So I checked and saw what everybody else was doing, and we talked about it, and I said, you know what, I might just go with my oldest palette, but my goal will be to only hit pan on each of the shadows. I understand that the original idea for Pan That Palette from Amber F was that you use up the entire palette. However, thinking back to project panning, the original idea for that was to hit pan. So I decided to go back to basics in a way and hit pan only. The reason for that is my oldest palette after Naked 1 and Naked 2 is another Urban Decay palette, and it is the Urban Decay The Black palette. This came out in conjunction with the Pirates of the Caribbean series, the trilogy, and this is it. This is a very, very, very dark eyeshadow palette. Let me bring it in closer. So, as you can see, you have a matte black, you have a, it's a black with charcoal glitter. You have a black with purple glitter, you have a black with green glitter, a black with golden glitter, and a black with blue glitter. I know they look fairly purple, green, gold, and charcoal and blue, but in essence it is a black base. And you can see that here, maybe this is the purple. These are so dark, there's no way I can use up 6 of these within a year. It's just not going to happen. I'm aware of this, especially because I didn't get too much use out of that. I originally thought it would be a good combination for this one to go with maybe the Naked 2 and the Naked 1, the lighter shades, just so I have something to darken up everything. But really, what I didn't know back then was that I am not one for super dark smoky looks. I wore them at a time, but nowhere near as dark as this. So I want to hit pan on each and every one of those shades. I might use them as liner replacement, I might use them in the outer V, I might occasionally just like throw a little bit more in the crease, but there's no way I can use this one up entirely. I'm fully aware of this, and at the same time I don't want this to go bad because I really like the palette, I like the idea behind it. It's just plain awesome. Originally I got this, and I remember this very, very vividly. I got this because of the review on Temptalia's website. Temptalia Christine, Temptalia.com is, as you know, one of the go-to places if you want to compare eyeshadows, if you want to look at reviews. She has pretty much everything. She swatches everything. She has one of the best, if not the best, swatch library that you can find. If you want a shade that's similar to something, she is most likely your go-to, because she will have she will be able to give you a good idea as to what shadows are similar. It's a good way to just do palettes in general if you don't want to buy any palettes. And if you just say, oh, I like that palette, but realistically I would only be using like 4 or 5 shadows out of those 10, there's no point in buying an entire palette. Let's be honest. There isn't. And Temptalia will just pretty much, she will have you covered on finding dupes that you might have in your collection already, and if you don't, at least you'll be able to like find them in better palettes and smaller palettes and single shadows and the likes. So Temptalia's review kind of got me into buying this. And I haven't touched this in ages. I have not tried this last year. I had tried the other palette. I had played with the other palette and I made pretty good progress, considering I was panning something completely different. So going into this pretty much sight unseen, only knowing this is my oldest palette, this is what I'm going to be panning in 2019, is a little scary. But at the same time, I love that Jessica and Amanda came up with the idea that they said, we're going to start fresh. We're starting from zero again. To come up with a topic, a theme for 2019 is just amazing. I really kudos to you. So I will once again be keeping a list of all the participants, so that you can check out everybody else's videos. I just think it's very nice to see how we come together as a community, as panning ladies, as project panners, and how we have fun with this. So this is going to be my 2019 Pan That palette. It's going to be interesting, no questions asked, but I'm sure I can do it. It's going to be fun, and hopefully I can hit pan on all 6 of these eyeshadows. On the bright side, having only those 6 dark shadows means I can play with all the other palettes in my collection as well. And I feel like that's probably a very good idea. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you will have fun joining us for the Pan As Old As Time Pan That palette collab with the PANtastic ladies. If so, let me know down below. Keep me posted on what you're doing, and I will hopefully see you guys soon. Bye! Oh, and Happy New Year!